I was headed down a pretty horrible road. And then I ended up getting myself adopted when I was 16, and it literally saved my life.
Wow. Can you define that? Can you describe that process in detail on how you went through the mechanics of doing that?
My birth mother, she tended to use us as pawns. And so we were in and out of, homes and stuff with her and just with all the things. And it had gotten pretty bad. I don't know how deep you want me to go into this. Long story short, I was in high school, and just like the 5 people you spend the most time with, who she had surrounded us with, were some pretty bad people, and had me doing some pretty bad things at 16 years old. And I knew that this wasn't going to end well. And so what had happened was friends of the family had, funny enough, sent me a wedding invitation of all things. And my aunt, who was my birth mother's sister, called me, and she's one of my favorite aunts on the planet. She's no longer with us, but she's the reason I'm such a good hugger. My Auntie Barb.
So she's the one.
She's the one.
Okay.
And why I love hugging today is literally because of her. Because somehow I knew I was safe when she hugged me. And I think that's why hugs are such a big deal. And if anybody's ever hugged me, you understand. So it's really an emotional thing for me. Anyway, so she calls and she says, why haven't you RSVP'd to the wedding? I said I didn't get it. Long story short, it had been intercepted by my birth mother. And so I went and I said, did you know about this? And he said, yes. And I'm like, it was my mail. You don't get to do that. And she said, well, if you go, I'll never speak to you again. So to which I said, okay, well, see ya. So I showed up to the wedding, and I was clear I was done. Again, just a horrible path.